The form of state structure means the territorial or national territorial organization of the state. That's how the territory of this state is formed, what parts it consists of, and what is their legal status. The state can be unitary and federal in its structure. The form of union of states, the union between them, is considered a confederation. A unitary state is a simple, straightforward, unified state which usually consists of administrative-territorial units, province, region, district, department, etc. Examples of unitary states are Azerbaijan, Japan, France, Italy, Ethiopia, China, and so on. In contrast to the federation, such states have a single constitution, a single supreme representative body of state power, a single government, a single citizenship, a single financial credit and monetary system, and so on. In unitary states, the legislature usually has a unicameral structure. There are two types of unitary states, simple and complex. A simple unitary state consists only of administrative-territorial units. However, some simple unitary states, such as Malta and Singapore, don't have any administrative-territorial units. In some cases, when there are national minorities, a unitary state may include one or more political territorial units that enjoy the special status of an autonomous state or region. The existence of autonomous bodies doesn't harm the unitarism of such states. Such unitary states are called complex unitary states. Depending on the degree of subordination of administrative territorial units to the central authorities, there are the following two types of unitary state. In a centralized unitary state, regions and local governments are formed from the center and are strictly subordinated to the center, and their independence is negligible. Such countries include Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Thailand, Indonesia, and others. In a decentralized unitary state, local governments are formed and governed independently by the population. They are not directly subordinate to the central government, but are accountable to the central government. Such countries include the United Kingdom, Sweden, Japan, and others. But subnational governments exercise only the powers that the central government chooses to delegate or devolve. Unitary states are thus more or less decentralized, depending on the extent of subnational powers, responsibilities, and resources, and the degree of autonomy they have over these different elements. In a unitary state, subnational units can be created and abolished, and their powers may be broadened and narrowed by the central government. A federal state is a complex union state, the result of a union of a number of states and government agencies, the subjects of the federation. A federal state is a political entity characterized by a union of partially self-governing provinces, states, or other regions under a central federal government. In a federation, the self-governing status of the component states, as well as the division of power between them and the central government, is typically constitutionally entrenched and may not be altered by a unilateral decision of either party, the states or the federal political body. Alternatively, a federation is a form of government in which sovereign power is formally divided between a central authority and a number of constituent regions, so that each region retains some degree of control over its internal affairs. The subjects of the federation, state, land, canton, province, republic, and so on, have their own special administrative-territorial division. Unlike a unitary state, a federation has two systems of supreme authority: the federal authorities and the relevant authorities of the subjects of the federation. Two types of legal acts: the legal acts of the federation and the subjects of the federation, as well as the citizenship of the subjects of the federation. The federal state has a unified legislature, executive and judiciary, and the country's federal laws operate throughout the country. However, each member of the federation has its own constitution, government, and legislative powers. The subjects of the federation have their own special administrative-territorial division. Federal states include the United States, Canada, Germany, Switzerland, the Russian Federation, India, and others. Federal countries may not be the most decentralized, and some unitary states may be more decentralized than federal ones. A confederation is a union of states, which in comparison with a federation is temporarily united for one purpose or another and isn't very strong, where states retain their full independence. A federation is a union state, and a confederation is a union of states, such as the European Union. The member states of the confederation remain independent subjects of international law and retain their state sovereignty. Unlike the federation, the confederation doesn't have a single territory. Its territory consists of the territories of the members of the confederation, individual states. There is no single citizenship in the confederation. Each individual state in the union has its own citizenship. The subjects of the confederation have the right to leave the union freely, as well as to refuse or recognize the acts adopted by the union government. Therefore, it's not appropriate to consider the confederation as a form of government. In other words, the unification of several states in a confederation, unlike a federation, doesn't usually lead to the creation of a new state. In a confederation, states usually unite to achieve a specific goal. In this case, they create special joint bodies to coordinate their activities. As a rule, their decisions are binding on citizens of individual countries of the confederation after approval by the authorities of these states. For example, Switzerland was a confederation until 1848. Today, the Republic of Azerbaijan is a member of the Commonwealth of Independent States, which has a number of features of the Confederation. Thank you for watching the video to the end. I invite you to hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.